I'm from Rochester, New York, which is upstate. Every time people ask me where I'm from and I say New York, they always just assume that I'm from New York City, but I'm from where it's nice and green, and I've been doing lighting for as long as I can remember. Even when I was in elementary school, I ran a spotlight for my 5th grade play, and that was the first thing that I ever did. And I had other jobs after that, but I always came back to lighting every single time. There's a thrilling feeling to it. I remember going to concerts with my parents. I saw Billy Joel and Huey Lewis in the News, and it was so massive to me. I was, I don't know, 9 years old, 10 years old, and it was just incredible, but visually stunning. And I wanted to be able to provide that for people that come to see shows with our bands. The technical side has always been more important to me than the music. It's like I'm a fan of music, I do enjoy it, but I'm much more interested in the production value. My biggest challenges as an LD is really trying to bring the artist's vision to life. Slayer's more involved than a lot of other bands in what they want things to look like. They give me a fair amount of leeway in designing the way I want to design, but they have some specifics that are very important to them, and making sure that I can bring those specifics and create that the way they want is a difficult challenge. The best feeling for me is when the lights go out and the crowd starts screaming and that intro starts. There is no other feeling like it, none. Avolites consoles, they just work for my particular workflow. It's very, very intuitive, and it has all the controls that I need right at the end of my fingertips. And there are some indispensable tools built in, having the visualizer as well as the Titan remote when we're doing outdoor shows. I can't live without it. Doing an indoor show, it's easier to focus, but when we start doing daytime stuff, I've only got an hour between 11 and noon to make sure that everything looks great, for an 11 p.m. show. I can't live without it. In the late 90s, I did my first tour with a metal band here in Europe, and I encountered an Avolites Pearl 2000, the old one with the red and blue fader caps and the wooden sides, and it was, I fell in love with it. Went back to the States, the production company at home bought one, and I've been on their consoles ever since. The Titan remote by far is my absolute favorite feature, enabling me to make sure that I can dial in those focus presets perfect every time. With the Slayer show, I'm still on Pearl Expert Pros because of the number of faders and how fast these consoles operate for this particular show. There's no time code, there's no click track, so it's really, really fast busking, and it enables me to really hit the cues the way I need to hit the cues. With other bands that I work with, Sapphire Touch is by far my favorite console. It's fantastic.